Secretary Pompeo, good to have you with us today. These stories are absolutely heartbreaking, and I want to remind everybody what President Biden and the White House had to say about their commitment and their promise to these people not that long ago, back in August. Watch.
We're going to do everything in our power to get all Americans out and our allies out. If there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out.
We have been very clear that we are not leaving Americans who want to return home. We are going to bring them home.
So he included the allies there as well, Secretary Pompeo. What are your thoughts on what's going on here?
Well, Martha, it's tragic to see the reporting that's coming from there, the devastation that is being wrought on Afghanistan today. We shouldn't forget primary responsibility. This goes to the Taliban. They are now responsible for taking care of the people in that country. It is their duty to get this right. When I spoke with them, they always talked about how they wanted better lives for every Afghan. They're clearly not delivering that. So first and foremost, we need to put the burden on them to deliver good governance for the places that they control. But the Biden administration hasn't lived up to the promises that you just showed on that tape with President Biden, the commitment that he made to get U.S. citizens, green card holders, those who have the right to come here to the United States. They haven't done everything they can do. Indeed, in some cases, they have been resistant to allowing folks to come home who private citizens have been working hard. I've been part of that effort as well. Private citizens have been working to try and help get these folks back out of harm's way, people who supported the United States and took real risk with their lives while we were there, while we had soldiers on the ground. They need to do more. The Biden administration can't walk away from Afghanistan. I don't know when the last time I heard President Biden actually talk about Afghanistan was. I regret that. It is still a serious matter. We still have American interest in protecting terror from that place. We need to be focused on making sure that that doesn't take place.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You don't want it to become another safe haven for terror, which it was before September 11th, and that was really what all of this was about initially. And now you have this vacuum of starvation and hunger. This is a quote from an AP article, a reporter at AP. Aziz Gul's husband sold his 10-year-old girl into marriage without telling his wife, taking a down payment so that he could feed his family of 5 children. Without that money, he told her, they would all starve. He had to sacrifice one to save the rest. Now, you know, the administration, the Trump administration that you were part of, also wanted to leave Afghanistan. How, would you have done anything differently? Can you assure people that you wouldn't have allowed something like this to happen? Or is this just the nature of what was going to happen when the United States finally left?
Martha, I can assure everyone that it would have been greatly different. My proof for that is that for 4 years, in fact, it was. You're right, Martha. President Trump made clear he wanted to get Americans home from Afghanistan. We did that. We brought back almost everyone from there. Went from about 15,000 uniformed folks to just a little over 2,000 during our 4 years. The American people, I think, wanted to have their brothers, sisters, kids home, their spouses home as well. But I think the American people also understood that there were other missions. One of them we talked about a bit was to keep everyone safe, to make sure terror didn't emanate from there. But secondarily, we needed to make sure that the exit, the way that we departed, provided that level of security. And this is where the Biden administration got it wrong. Yeah. They tore up the plans that we'd had in place. I can't tell you how many times I spoke with President Trump, and we'd talk about getting that last 2,000 out, and we'd say, nope, the conditions just aren't right to do that yet. And so we didn't pull the last couple thousand folks out. We had managed to establish what was pretty good deterrence, Afghan style. We had managed not to have an American killed for over a year of our last year in office. And then Biden team came in and ripped up that plan. The way we were proceeding would have protected all of these American interests, and I think would likely have protected much of the tragedy that you're seeing unfold in Afghanistan today. I know it would have preserved American credibility in a way that has now been just thrown away by the way in which we departed Afghanistan.
Well, we also want to remember the 13 U.S. service members that were killed at the Abbey Gate. And President Biden assured the American people and those families that at a time and place of our choosing, there would be retaliation for those killings. We have not seen that yet. We don't know when that time and place of our choosing will be, but we expect that there will be some satisfaction for those families and some retaliation ultimately. Secretary Pompeo, always good to see you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martha. Great to be with you today.